Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra.
Yo, yo, yo! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody doing today on this Monday night, ladies and gentlemen? Appreciate you for being here. Obviously, it's very, very nighttime. Very, very, I should be sleeping right now. And I had a lot of my subscribers, when I asked you guys on my post-game reaction, should we go live? They're like, no, get some sleep. I can't sleep, ladies and gentlemen. I can't sleep. I got to talk about this game in a post-game show, right? We got the reaction out. It's time to talk about this in a post-game show. I think right now, there's a lot of Cardinal fans that are obviously happy, right? We've heard Kyler Murray say this is a sloppy win. That it was. Very, very sloppy win, but a win's a win, right? These are not... You don't get wins easily in the NFL, right? You don't get these easily in the NFL. So you got to celebrate where you can. Do me a huge favor, people that are in the chat here on the YouTube side, smack up the like button. Right now, we are sitting with over 20 people here in the chat. Smack up the like button. Do it for the algorithm. While we do that, let me go ahead and give a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the Arizona Sports Fan here throughout the entirety of the NFL season. That's going to be BetUS. Looking for a brand new sports book? BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on your following two. That is going to be up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. BetUS is the way to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started here, right? A lot to dive into, a lot to talk about in this game. It's hard to not talk about, the negatives because, I mean, there were some things that a lot of people are pointing out in this game that is very truthful, right? And the truthfulness comes to the fact that this offense has still not been fixed, right? What is your guys' level of concerns, right? What is your level of concern right now, chat? What is your level of concern right now? Because the offensive side of the ball, primarily the passing game, is still a big concern to me. Now, we do got to give some game balls away, and that's what we're going to do here pretty soon. We're going to give some game balls away. Obviously, there were some good things that happened in this game, and like I said, there's not an opportunity that, we should take lightly here in the NFL. We're not used to wins. We're really not. So, take the wins where we can take them, right? And obviously celebrate amongst your family, your friends, because this is a much-deserved win, right? Especially coming off the Packers game where we got absolutely obliterated/annihilated. This was a great win by the Arizona Cardinals because we won, right? Because we won. It wasn't a pretty win. No, nonetheless, it was an ugly win. It was a sloppy win, but it was a win that the Cardinals needed, right? And I'm so glad that the Cardinals are addressing the fact that Kyler Murray's come out and talked about the idea that, hey, like, this win right here, the Cardinals could have been 2-5, right? The Cardinals could have been 2-5. Thankfully, we're not, right? Thankfully, we're talking about a Arizona Cardinal team that's now sitting at 3-4, right? That's different. That's different than 2-5. I will take that in a heartbeat. Now, let's address what happened here today, right? Let's address what happened today. Did the Cardinals play a flawless game? No, they didn't, right? Especially offensively, they didn't. I got to give kudos to where kudos belongs, and that the defense really, really showed out for the Cardinals. The defense really showed out for the Cardinals. Very much so. Now, bend but don't break, that's probably what we saw today. Bend but don't break type of defense. Did Kyler Murray have a spectacular game? No, I don't think he had a spectacular game. I think if I were to give one MVP ball over to the offensive side of the ball, it would probably be James Conner. Like, if I'm going to be honest, right? The MVP on the offense, I probably would say James Conner was the MVP because this man had over 150 yards alone. You know what I mean? Rushing slash receiving. Like, this man, over 150 yards from scrimmage. This guy ate today. This guy had a fantastic game for the Arizona Cardinals, even when things looked bleak and things didn't look like he was going to get any yardage. This man came through for the Cardinals. So if I were to give a game ball to the offensive side of the ball, it would be Connor. But, you know, Kyler didn't have an awful game. No, I don't think he had an awful game. But there's still the elephant in the room, right? The elephant in the room right now is, why can't these wide receivers get involved? And I'm not just talking about Marvin. Let's put Marvin aside for now, right? Let's talk about the wide receiving group as a whole, right? Like, if I were to say one negative about this game, is probably that. Like, why can't we fix that? What is going on with the receivers? Why are they a focal point, right? Because Marvin Harrison Jr. and the announcers, because obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. is a big name, he was a 4th overall pick, they're going to talk about him, right? There was a couple instances that Kyler Murray potentially could have missed him, potentially didn't see him, but like, Kyler Murray's number one option isn't Marvin. Like, when you watch the Greg Dortch touchdown, the announcer said, "Oh, Kyler Murray didn't even look that way," because it's the truth. Kyler Murray doesn't look Marvin's way, number one, right? Now, let's call it like it is. Has Marvin Harrison Jr. dropped balls? Yes. Does sometimes Marvin Harrison Jr., when he runs his route, doesn't seem like he's going a full 100%? Yes. Right? It's not all on Kyler. But what I need to find out is, are we dealing with two guys that if it doesn't work in the beginning of a game, they kind of check out? Is that what we're dealing with right now? I hope not. I hope not. We need to get whatever issue is happening between these two. And it just might be, I don't know, I guess chemistry, which is wild to me because we're going into week 8 and we're still talking about chemistry issues between your wide receiver 1 and your quarterback. Like, that's wild to me. But like, if there is one negative I would say, right? One negative I would say that I want everybody to focus on is the fact that the Arizona Cardinals are still dealing with the passing issues. Still, to the day, it hasn't changed. Why? You know what I mean? Now, I get it. We're probably not going to talk about it very much because the Cardinals won, right? The Cardinals won. Now, I do see my guy here in the chat, Adrian, saying on that Dortch touchdown, Marvin Harrison Jr. was doubled. That's fair. That's fair. But I don't think we're living in a world where he's always doubled, right? It almost kind of seems like Marvin is not even in the picture. I don't know what it is, right? And like I said, like, if we were dealing in a world where he was averaging like 35 to 45 yards a game, 3 or 4 touch, like, I don't think we would be talking about this, right? I don't think we would be talking about this. But being the fact that the stat line is what it is, there's a concern. Like, I think if the Cardinals right now didn't win, this would be a big storyline. This would be a huge storyline. And Kyler, can you not try to decapitate your wide receiver 1? Like, seriously, like, it's crazy. Now, like I said, that's my one negative, right? And it's a pretty big negative because in Miami, it ain't going to be as we're going to hold you to field goal unless Tua's that rusty, right? I want to make sure that obviously we celebrate the win because we don't get these wins very often, but this could have turned upside down in our ear very quickly if we were dealing with anybody else but the Chargers. Now, like I said, that's my one negative, but the positivity about this game, it was an ugly win. It was sloppy, but did we win? That's the most important thing, right? That the Cardinals got the win. And guess what? We're in the division race. What a crazy thing to say. What a crazy thing to say. The Arizona Cardinals are within the division race. Wow. That's insane to say. We are right now sitting at the number 2 spot in the NFC West. We got a little bit of an edge over the 49ers. And I don't know if you guys know, but it seems to be confirmed. And I'm not celebrating. Any injuries or anything like that. Never been that guy. Never will be that guy. But Brandon Ayuk unfortunately for him as a player, for him as a person, is done for the season, right? The 49ers most likely will be getting Christian McCaffrey back maybe within a week or two. They're going to get a little healthier, but you, they're hurt. They're injured, right? The Seattle Seahawks, on the other hand, is anybody sold on the Seattle Seahawks? Did they have a good win against Atlanta? Yes, they did. A very good win against Atlanta. The Rams, they beat up on the Raiders. So the Cardinals needed to win this game to stay in a level where you're breathing just a little bit, right? This NFC West is not the NFC best anymore, right? I'm sorry to break anybody's bubble. I'm sorry to break in. This is not the NFC best anymore. Anybody can win this division. That's the crazy part. We are tied with the San Francisco 49ers, and actually we have a leg up over the 49ers. Right now, we have a leg up over the 49ers, and they're supposed to be Super Bowl favorites coming out of the NFC. What a crazy statement to say, right? What a crazy statement to say that the Arizona Cardinals right now are number 2 in the division with 3 wins and 4 losses. Good day to be alive, ladies and gentlemen, because the Arizona Cardinals, once you think they're dead, once you think they're down in the water, here they come. They come back with gusto. The one thing I need them to fix, the one thing I have a negative on, is the fact that the wide receiving core as a whole, let's exclude Marvin Harrison Jr., right? Let's not just say Marvin Harrison Jr. is not having a good game. The wide receiving core in general wasn't having a good game, right? Dortch got a touchdown. 1 catch, I believe 5 receptions. Oh, sorry. 1 catch, 5 yards, touchdown. Michael Wilson didn't really get involved very much. Marvin didn't get very much involved. And it's not like this is a one-time occurrence where it's like, okay, this game is all McBride, which McBride had a really good game. James Conner had a really good game. But like, I feel like if we want to hit that next level, right? If the Cardinals want to hit that next level, they consistency. That's what we want to see. Consistency up the yin-yang. Once we see that, like Kyler's been saying this whole time, right? Sky's the limit with this offense. We just got to see the consistency. Here we go. Cardinals opinion with the $5 donation. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for starting the Super Chat train. He says this: how many games can we win now since we beat the Chargers? Well, the Chargers right now have fallen to 3-3. They didn't have the strongest start to their season. Let's call it like it is, right? They were 3-2. They're still trying to be within that AFC West. They're not the best team out there, but I didn't think the Cardinals were the best team out there, obviously, either, right? I mean, a win can take you as far as momentum can take you. And I know JG doesn't believe in momentum. I do. There's a full cognizant. These players were aware of what's at stake here. This offense and this team was fully aware of what was at stake here. And what's at stake here was the NFC West, right? You got to win the games that sometimes you're not favored to win, right? And that's what this game. Although I think the Chargers were a 1-point favorite, they were still favored to win this game. They really were. Now, I already see my guy in the chat here talking about Drew Petzing. What are your thoughts on Drew Petzing, chat? What are your thoughts on Drew Petzing? Because honestly, the 2 back-to-back tune pushes kind of pushed me over a little bit, like saying like, oh my God, what are you doing, right? That kind of pushed me a little over. I'm not going to lie to you. The 2 back-to-back tune pushes were a little to the point where I was questioning Petzing. Now, he did also have a very good 3rd and long where they did that draw play or that run play, and DeMarcado got most of that 3rd down back. That was pretty exciting. I'm not out on Petzing yet, and I don't think the Cardinals organization is out on Petzing yet. Does he still need to work on the kinks? Of course he does. Of course he does. Yes, he does. But let's talk about the secret weapon the Cardinals have right now. This man right here. MVP on the offense. I don't care what anybody says. This man put the Arizona Cardinals team on his back. Now, you could say Kyler Murray did it for a couple different plays here and there. Yeah, you can. You could say Kyler Murray put this team on his back on a few plays that he actually did very, very well on. But this man right here, James Conner, was the reason why the Cardinals won. This man was eaten, even when things didn't seem like they were going to go in the direction of the Cardinals. This man was eaten today. Over 150 yards from scrimmage. Receiving, rushing. He didn't care what it was. This man was involved every which way you can think of. Amazing. Now, let's talk about the defense real quick, right? Let's talk about the defense. I don't give very much love to the defense. I really don't. But when they play good, I want to make sure that they're fully aware that they played really well. Who's my MVP on the defensive side of the ball? Who's your MVP on the defensive side of the ball? Honestly, I think you can put anybody, you think that was very impactful, right? You got to give some credit to Max Melton. He came in when Sean Murphy-Bunting went down. Dennis Gardeck got hurt. I'm curious to figure out what the Cardinals are going to do with that, right? We got the trade deadline coming here within like less than 2 weeks away, or actually it might be 2 weeks away coming our way. But like my most defensive, I guess, MVP to me is Garrett. Like it's Garrett Williams. I think as a second-year cornerback, this man has proved that he can be a very good cornerback in the NFL, right? Now, Sean Murphy-Bunting went down. Max Melton came in. For the most part, he was holding his own until maybe the last drive or two when McConkey was really targeted a lot. He was getting burned a lot. But rookie versus rookie, right? I mean, we're not going to burn Max Melton on the ground. We're not going to do that, right? He's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. But if there is one guy on the defensive side of the ball, and you can blame any of the guys who got sacks if you want, Jones, Dante Stills, or even Ben Still, you could say them as well. But if there's one guy, I'm going to say Garrett. Garrett looks to be the guy that we were hoping he was going to be in the third round. And a lot of people said that Garrett Williams could have potentially been a first rounder last week. In the 2023 NFL draft, he could have potentially been a first rounder if he wasn't hurt. He had a very, very bad injury. The Cardinals took a flyer on a potential first round pick. And so far, it's working very well. So far, it's working very, very well. Garrett Williams is my MVP on this defense. I think he showed enough for us to get a little excited about the future of our cornerback situation. Max Melton, like I said, give him more reps. He's going to be fine. I've seen some good things from him. The problem with Max Melton is that he was not able to get a lot of game time reps because Sean Murphy-Bunting was the guy, right? Sean Murphy-Bunting got hurt. Max Melton stepped up to the plate. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do a little bit more. But yes, Garrett Williams is my MVP. Hands down. Hands down. We didn't see a lot of offensive plays for our offense. Did you guys notice that there was a lot of like passes that were overthrown, passes that were behind, right? We got to get that fixed. We got to get it fixed, right? So what happened today, the Cardinals won a very ugly fight today, right? At State Farm Stadium. And I'm so glad they won this game because guess what? We're back in the division race, and now we're back into, hey, the Cardinals aren't dead in the water. We beat a team outside the NFC West. What a good time to be alive. Massive W. Massive W. Got my guy in the chat, Matthew, saying, trade Sean. I don't think the Cardinals will do it. I don't think the Cardinals should do it, right? This year. I don't think they should. I think for the most part, he is a serviceable cornerback in the NFL. If they do it, I would be shocked, but we can't lose depth. Even if they feel like Max Melton deserves the starting role, there's no point in getting ready Sean Murphy-Bunting in this season. He serves with good depth. You don't know what's going to happen, right? Don't get rid of him because we're mad. I know Max Melton might be a better corner, maybe in the future, long run. But yeah, even if he gets benched, let him sit on the bench. I would rather him be there than trading him and then we're kind of, SOL if somebody gets hurt, right? I see you in the chat, my guy. Do you think we're trading number 3, Buda Baker? I hope not. I hope not. If the Cardinals were 2-5 going into Miami and playing the Miami Dolphins, I mean, with Tua coming back, it's a little worrisome. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little worrisome with Tua playing over there. I was hoping we were going to be playing their backup quarterback, but that's not the case, right? Most likely, at least what the reports are saying, is that Tua Tagovailoa is coming back in week 8. That's at least the projection right now. We don't 100% know it's for sure. But one thing that we do know is that this Arizona Cardinal team right now is within the division race, and that's amazing. Now, shout out Alex. Appreciate you, Alex. I don't give enough love over to the offensive line. They did good today. Credit to our O-line for not giving up sacks again. Yeah. O-line doesn't get a lot of love. There was one play specifically that Beachum allowed Khalil Mack to come off the edge unguarded. And Kyler Murray got rattled a little bit. There was one play specifically. It was in the beginning of the game. Other than that, I feel like they did very, very well. I really do. I feel like they did very, very well. Now, let's talk about the wide receivers. Let me ask you guys this. Are you worried about the Arizona Cardinals offense? Kyler Murray right now finished off this game. Finished off this game 14 of 26, 145 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I mean, Kyler Murray didn't need to be great. James Conner was, right? But are you guys worried about this offense? Thomas says, I'm happy about the cut down on the penalties. That's true. Yes, indeed. Yes. Me too. Me too. I'm a little worried about this offense. I'm not going to lie to you. This was an ugly win, but a win nonetheless, right? You can't sit here and say the Cardinals didn't deserve this win because they absolutely did. They absolutely did. Now, let me ask you guys this, right? We had people asking me about, do you think we'll trade Buda Baker? I don't know what the Cardinals are going to decide to do. I hope they don't. I like Buda Baker. I would wish he stays in an Arizona Cardinal uniform. But let me ask you this. Do you think the Cardinals are now in for a pass rusher? I heard Myles Garrett is available. I keep hearing Max Crosby's name. Not linked to the Cardinals, but as a potential trade. Some people say that we are a pass rusher away from the Cardinals defense being leaps and bounds better, right? Darius Robinson might come back next week. And if the Cardinals get a pass rusher that's constantly causing pressure to the opposing quarterback, do you think we might be in for a potential pass rusher in the trade deadline? I hope so. The Cardinals right now, his biggest flaw is probably the pass rush. Specifically the outside linebackers, right? We don't know what Darius is going to do when he comes back. We're all hoping and excited about Let's see Darius. Let's see some explosions, right? Big monster in the middle. But we don't know, right? Do you think that the Arizona Cardinals will do it? I mean, with this win, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. If we beat Miami, I hope the fans are clamoring, beating down the door of Monty Ossenfort and say, you better do something, Monty. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. There's a lot of names out there right now in a lot of different teams that are not doing good. Max Crosby, Myles Garrett. I might have said a different name before. My bad. Myles Garrett is who I meant. Or I might have said Myles Garrett. I don't remember. That's who I meant. Myles Garrett. My bad. If I didn't say, yeah, I meant. Yeah, Myles Garrett is who I meant. If I didn't say it before, my bad. Hassan Reddick seems like he might stay with the Jets. So there is that. I hope so. I hope the Cardinals do something because that would be amazing. Dark Con Gaming. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the $2 dono. He says this. Let's talk future wins since the division is open. Yeah, I mean, why the heck not, right? 100%. Me and you are on the same wavelength. There's a lot of Cardinal fans that don't believe or don't want to talk like this because it's year 2. It's year 2, they say. This division is wide open. It's wide open. You might be a pass rusher away on your defense and Darius Robinson coming back to change this defense for the better. You might be. You might be. I hope Monty's making some calls. I sure hope he is. Oh, come on, Monty. Don't fail me now, Monty. Make some calls. And let's see if we can get a pass rusher in here. I mean, we got $20 million, right? I get it. That might not be enough, but change some contracts around. See what we can do. And then next year, we got BJ Ojolari, Darius Robinson, and then the new toy that we got in the trade deadline. Hopefully that's something that happens. Then our defensive line almost kind of seems like, whoa, okay, 2025. Let's get this going. We might be a pass rusher away. I mean, we might be. I mean, I know we got a lot of holes, but Garrett Williams looks good. Max Melton, I know he got burned a few times. Looks pretty good. I've always liked what I've seen from Kazir White. Mac Wilson Sr., stud. And we talk about our 2 safeties, stud, right? The biggest flaw is our defensive line. That's our biggest flaw right now, our defensive line. Get on the call. Get on the phone, Monty. Get on the phone. I can't wait for Darius to come back. I really can't. I know Marvin hasn't looked the best. I know Marvin hasn't looked the best. I don't think it's all on Marvin personally. I think it's on both. Has Marvin dropped balls? Yes, he has. But has Marvin been open in a few plays? Yes, he has. I don't know if Kyler doesn't feel confident in throwing him. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not in the psyche of Kyler. I'm not in his mind. I don't know. But I am worried about this offense. I really am. You're not going to be able to win games versus the Miami Dolphins with the stat line that we put. Throwing the ball. Rushing the ball? Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I guess technically, if we rush the ball like that, right, then I think it'll be really hard to stop the Cardinals. True. But if you're playing a very high-powered offense, like potentially the Dolphins coming back, we might be in a sticky situation. But after the Miami Dolphins, guess what? Guess who we have? After the Dolphins, the Cardinals are dealing with the Bears, rookie quarterback. I mean, they got a really good defense. I got to give credit to recruit. They got a really good defense over there. We're playing the Bears and the Jets. And guess what? The Seattle Seahawks that most of us don't believe in. So after the Miami Dolphins, there's a potential path. There's a potential path there, right? What we need to figure out is why these wide receivers aren't getting involved in this offense. That's what we need to get involved or figure out the most. We got to get through Miami. Once we get through Miami, we got 3 games. Not going to say winnable, not going to say it, but games that the Cardinals can be in. But we got to fix the freaking offense. How many times are we going to see the same videos in practice over and over again, right? Kyler Murray throws to Marvin Harrison Jr. How many times are we going to see the same things over and over again? How many times? But when game time comes around, they don't know each other's exist. And like I said, Marvin drops balls, true. But I still do think that we could scheme him better. I feel like we could scheme him up better than the Cardinals are doing now. That's what I'm worried about the Miami Dolphins. But like I said, I mean, that's the one negative. That's the one negative I have. I know people don't like to hear negative things. When we win, we won. We got to celebrate, right? Celebration. Yeah, it's a good thing. Wins don't come easy in the NFL. Did you see Jim Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh was probably going to blow a gasket. He's probably going to find himself in the blue tent again. This man was steaming. He was steaming with all these calls. Now, granted, was there some calls that I'm like, oh, the Cardinals might have gotten away with one? Yes. But the roughing the catcher, the head-to-head contact, that was real. That was a real one. Marvin did get hit in the head. So, I know there's going to be some Chargers fans up there really upset, saying that the refs wanted the Cardinals to win and this, and that, and that, and this. I mean, I think you guys should be more upset with the Chargers offense not scoring a touchdown on this defense. That's what you should be more upset at. You guys were only able to do field goal on this defense that was giving 41 points up. Right? Didn't we give up 41 points to the Green Bay Packers? Is that what happened? Let me just confirm here. I forgot how much points we gave up. I kind of checked out on that game. I'm not going to lie to you. 34. I apologize. 34 points we gave up to the Packers. 23 points we gave up on the 49ers. 42 points we gave up on the Commanders. Like, this defense is not the greatest, right? So if you're going to be mad at your offense, Chargers fans. Already a lot of them coming out. Oh, the refs won this game for you. The ref won this. Well, maybe don't hit our guy on the head. Maybe don't lean in with your head. This game could have gone either way. It really could have. Cardinals could have lost. But we got to take advantage of the situation that we're in. It's Victory Tuesday, baby. We're talking about Victory Tuesday tomorrow. That on its own is amazing. That on its own is amazing. Cardinals win by 2 points. Who would have thunk it? Ugly win, but a win nonetheless. Now, I'm glad Kyler Murray fixed this, but in the beginning of the game, the bat downs, that was getting a little annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. In the beginning of the game, the bat downs were getting a little annoying. Kyler Murray adjusted after, obviously, an interception from a big guy on the defensive line, and then we forced a fumble. What a crazy way to start this game, right? Interception, fumble, and then a really nice catch, and then fumble into the end zone from the Chargers. What a wild term of events in the first 8 minutes of this game. Like, crazy. Cardinals took advantage of the situations and did a very, very good job. Now, James Conner fumbled the ball too. Thankfully, Trey McBride was there to clean up the mess. Right? The team that was able to limit the penalties, that was able to run the ball the best, and the team that wasn't shooting themselves in the foot was the team that won. Cardinals had 3 sacks against them. Kyler had no. sacks. He was actually pretty good in terms of not being pressured as much, right? He actually played pretty good. Pretty good. But like I said before, if I'm giving one game ball away to the offense, one game ball, it's gonna be Connor. It's gonna be Connor. Kyler did play good, in my opinion, but one thing that we gotta fix are those throws. Some of those throws could have really, really hurt somebody. Could have really hurt somebody. Those overthrows, those throws that were behind Zay, overthrown to Michael, almost decapitated Marvin. Those got to be fixed. So I think he had a good game. I don't think he had a great game. I think he had a good game. Defensively, MVP Garrett Williams, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Got my guy in the chat saying, but Kyler, I'm assuming not Kyle, but Kyler's legs help us win this game alongside James Conner. Well, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh no, we're giving credit to where credit's due. James, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, if I'm giving one game ball away, just one, then it's going to be James, right? If I'm giving 2 game balls away, then yeah, of course. You're going to give it to James and then Kyler. Absolutely. Like I mentioned on my post-game reaction, I said Kyler put this team on his back, right? When it mattered the most, he put this team on his back. But if I'm going to really have to say one player, it would be James Conner over Kyler to me. But like I said, a win's a win. A win's a win. My guy in the chat says Myles Garrett. Well, I mean, we talked about this a little earlier. Do you think the Cardinals make a move now? Right? We're 3-4. We're within the division. Do you think the Cardinals make a move now? That's the big question, right? We heard Monty Austinfort come out on 98.7 Arizona Sports saying that, of course, that is one way to upgrade your roster, right? One way to upgrade your roster is through the trade deadline. Will the Cardinals do it? Let's hope so. I mean, we're 3-4. We're second in the division with the Seattle Seahawks sitting at number 1 at 4-3. That's one win away from what the Cardinals have done. One win. This win means a lot. Right? Chat. I mean, people are more excited about this Cardinals team now, right? Because there's a lot of people that were calling this Cardinals team dead in the water last week. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't saying dead in the water, but there was a level of deflation, a level of deflatedness as a fan. This is a huge win. It's a good win. It's a good win for the Cardinals. It was ugly. It was sloppy, but nobody's going to talk about the sloppy wins as long as it's a W. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Got my guy Matthew in the chat saying, happy for the win. I'm going to hit the hay. Good night. Good night, brother. We're going to be closing up shop here pretty soon as well. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, good win. Garrett or the edge from the Raiders? So you're saying Max Crosby, huh? Yeah, Max Crosby's name's been floating around about a potential trade. Myles Garrett has also been floated around. Yeah. Why not? Why not the Cardinals? You got Darius Robinson back? And then our defense looks pretty good. Because guess what? Maybe it's not this year, right? Maybe we do make a somewhat of a little bit of playoff push. Maybe we don't get there. But guess what? We got our pass rusher. We got Darius Robinson. Then we got BJ Ojulari on the other side. And guess what? That automatically upgrades your defensive line by leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds. Got my guy Adrian in the chat says, how do you feel about Azeez Ojulari? The same way that I felt about it when I made the video. I think he's a good target for the Cardinals. If you're looking for a cheaper option, maybe not going after a Myles Garrett, okay. Azeez should work. That would be cool. I think BJ Ojulari would like that. That would be cool to play alongside your brother. He's effective. But guess what, right? You trade for a pass rusher. Let's say the Cardinals don't do anything. Let's say they don't hit the playoffs, right? But we're very close. Let's just say we live in that world. Well, guess what? You got your pass rusher for 2025. You got BJ Ojolari coming back in 2025. And hopefully we all hope that Darius works out. Our defense is upgraded. You just got to pull the trigger, Monty. I hope tomorrow I hope tomorrow he makes some phone calls. I hope so. Yeah, this is very interesting. Very interesting. We got my guy Jake in the chat saying maybe you already talked about it, but what was with the 3 attempts at the tush push? The tune push, right? The tune push. I don't know why we did it 2 times. I don't know why. I do not know why. Okay. Let me give a little grace, right? A little grace over to Drew Petzing, just a little bit. If his thought process was, I'm going to go on for 4th down anyways, right? If that was his thought process, we're going to go for this on 4th. And he did the tune push on 3rd down. I'm okay with it, right? My problem was doubling down on the tune push. That was my problem. Okay, you went on 3rd, it didn't work. Call something different. They know what you're going to do. It's not like we're the Philadelphia Eagles last year where we had this amazing offensive line that moves big bodies. We're not that, right? My problem was the doubling down on it. Okay, you went for it on 3rd. It didn't work. Change it up, Drew. Yeah, I had a problem with it too. I had a problem with it too. Zay barely played, yes. Yeah, I'm aware. Zay had an opportunity to catch a ball. Seemed like the ball was behind him. It's probably going to take a little bit to adjust for Kyler and for Zay Jones to be on the same page. But like I said, it's just one of those things, right? It's one of those things that the Cardinals organization in this offense needs to focus on how to get this done. Right? How to get this done. They got to get this offense fixed because I know we're all happy. I know we're all excited. I'm excited. This is a massive win. A win's a win. But we got to fix it. Dolphins are a different breed. The Dolphins are a different breed with Tua Tagovailoa. Tyreek, Waddle, different breed. HN, Mostert. We got to fix the miscommunications, the overthrown balls, the balls behind your wide receiver. We got to fix that. Once we fix it, then I'm back on Kyler Murray saying the sky's the limit on this offense. Because, I mean, sky the limit can't be on this offense, but like the biggest problem is that we can't get these wide receivers going. Not just Marvin. The wide receivers can't get going. I don't know why. I hope they know why. I don't know. I feel like we're talking about the same things over and over again. Easy in the chat says, I would love Garrett or Crosby, but I'm sure they want to go to a winning team. Well, I mean, if they believe that the Cardinals are heading in the right direction, I mean, that could be a good step for the Cardinals, I feel like. I mean, if they feel like we're heading in the right direction, right? Because like I said, I mean, if you're going to get somebody, right, I'm hoping it's not a 1-year rental. I hope they're under contract, and the Cardinals' plans is to extend them if that's the case. But if the Cardinals have their pass rusher heading into 2025, then we got BJ coming back, Darius, and that automatically upgrades your defensive line for 2025, right? I'm thinking of the future. Can he work out for 2024? Of course he can, right? Of course. But if you have your pass rusher for 2025 and then BJ Ojolari comes back, Darius, this defensive line just automatically gets upgraded like that. But it depends. Is Monty going to make the move, right? That's going to be the big question here. Is Monty going to make the move? And right now, I don't know if he is. Hope he is. I hope he does. It would be amazing if he does. It's just, we haven't seen it yet. Do you think they see us as a Super Bowl contending team? No, not Super Bowl. Oh, no. I mean, if you're saying that they want to go to a Super Bowl contending team, then okay, that might be different, right? But what I'm saying is if they believe in the culture, if they believe in what's being built here, right? Super Bowl can come next year. Super Bowl can come in 2026, right? But that's what I'm saying. If they're looking for a Super Bowl team, then of course that's not the Cardinals. Not this year. But like I said, if they believe in the culture, they believe what's being built, then why the heck not? The guy in the chat says we should bring back DeAndre Ayton. I'm sorry. Wow. Ayton. Thinking of the Suns, aren't I? DeAndre Hopkins is what you're saying. Hopkins. I mean, that would be wild. That would be a crazy wide receiving core. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they would do it. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins is who you meant. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I ain't gonna lie, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, we know what next week has in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. We can finally celebrate Victory Tuesday. That is wild to say. Victory Tuesday coming our way. Right now, AZ time, it's almost 11:30. And I think I got to hit the hay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to close up shop. Right now, we got over 70 people here on the YouTube side. Do me a huge favor, smack up the like button. Right now, we're sitting with 22 likes. Let's see if why the heck we cannot hit 40 likes, right? Why the heck not? Smack up the like button. Do it for the algorithm, and we're going to be closing up shop. Yeah. Not Aiden. Hopkins. Sorry. It's late. I should get some sleep. Now, when I said I couldn't sleep, now I'm starting to feel a little tired. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close up shop. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. Now, we are going to give a huge shout out here to BetUS, the sponsors of the Arizona Sports Fan here on YouTube. If you're looking for a brand new sportsbook, BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on the following two. That's going to be up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always. It's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of your night. Sleep easy tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because we're celebrating Victory Tuesday tomorrow. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cardinals.